Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Confessions of a Gamer Girl podcast. I'm your host, Doom Cutie, and today we have the Three Musketeers again. Welcome back, Shay.
Hello.
And Ellie.
Whoop, whoop. Hey, hey.
Hello. Another week of being a gamer in gaming, gamer girls in gaming, in fact.
Doing gaming?
Gamer Girlception.
Yeah.
Ellie, we'll start with you. How's your week been? What have you been up to?
Yeah, my week has been full of just normal life, which is disgusting. If it's not gaming, it's nothing. So I've been a busy little bee being out and about. So I haven't been up to much gaming, but I have been soaking in all the gaming juices of the summer games fest, you know, the Nintendo Direct, which we'll get into later. Just soaking it all in. It's been lovely.
Yeah, this week I have been doing, good God, what have I been doing? I started playing a new game. I know, right? We're all shocked. That's fucking wild. Shay actually bothered
You
to pick up
always
something
play new games. I love this. Tell me about
I
it.
know, but like I've been so into V-Rising that like my mind has just not been anywhere else. So I did this thing, right? Now I'm usually pretty on it in looking at game reviews and stuff like that because I don't want to waste my money. I have real limited time and I don't want to invest that time in a game that I'm not going to love.
Fair.
I wish I could. I don't have that time. But there's a game I've been eyeing up for a little bit, right? Called Rolling Hills, and you play as a little sushi robot, and you make little friends, and you do sushi, and you switch out your hats, and it's just dumb fun. And I expected to be, you know, pretty happy with it. I was like, yeah, I love cute robots. I can't eat sushi, but yeah, I like the look of it, and I love the idea of it. Oh, good God. If anything ever happens to this robot, I will burn down the world. I love him so much. Like, he is unhealthily cute, and this game has the most satisfying gameplay mechanics and just, like, gameplay loops. So that's been my week. I've been obsessing over a tiny robot and wanting to do fan art. Do you know how long it's been since I've done fan art of anything?
Oh my god, fan art. That takes me back. That's like taking me back to like my fanfic days. I used to write fanfic back in the day. And then fan art. I wish I was more of an artist. I'm more of a writer, so I could write
That's
about
still an
stuff.
artistry though.
It is, but I can't.
So what you're saying is
really
we do a cute little book.
Oh my god, that'd be so
because you can write, I can draw.
Yeah, phenomenal.
And then Doom is going to literally stand out in the world and shout at people for us and be like, you
can
clearly
mark
have to
it
read
out.
this book. Yeah, of course.
Oh, I don't know if you can afford me, Shay. I don't know.
What if we give you like some royalties or something? Like, you know, the better the book does, the better you do, you know?
One of those like spinning cards or whatever. I could do like.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
Fan art. I would love to see some Confessions of a Gamer Girl fan art.
You say that.
That would be so funny.
Dolphin. Oh, Dolphin's already there. There you go. You're done.
Dolphin's on it. He's already
seconds.
I've
actually gotten fan art before of me and my cats. It is the most confusing, wholesome, flattering experience ever. The quality is irrelevant. Who cares? Someone
Of
cared enough
course.
to draw you or your cats or anything, or even just something funny you said.
Mhm.
I don't know what to do with those feelings. They're big feelings, and I'm a little lady. Thank you.
Honestly, like who was it? I can't remember. Someone from the Perth streaming community. They went around and they like not challenged people, but like a bunch of people decided to just draw this person.
Aw.
And yeah, like there was really intricate pieces, and then there was like pieces on like little post-it notes and stuff, and like yeah, it was so cool. And I
I love
think
it.
yeah, I absolutely adore that kind of stuff, and it's a way to support and show love
Yes.
to the people in the community. So yeah, please, Shay and Ellie, please expect a stick figure
Oh,
drawing, because
perfect.
that's about as good as I can do.
Point is, you care, right?
Stunning.
Mine can have glasses and like a bob, and Ellie's can have a cute ponytail.
Yeah.
And maybe a magazine. Yeah.
Mhm,
It'll be
mhm.
It'll be good. Yeah.
So
And yours
that
can have clearly the fringe and the long hair. Yeah.
thanks. Yeah. Awesome. I love that.
You can have
I did not get any fan art this week.
Quick,
However,
Dolphin, you heard that.
well, apparently he could only stick heads on things. So, and I think I might have filled my quota of that this year. I'm not quite sure. I've had
No.
that. No.
Don't underestimate our followers. That's a terrible idea. You're about to get a week of like Choo Choo Train, Doom Cuties, like fucking Lara Croft with your face on it. Don't even no.
Mhm.
You know what you've just done.
Oh, but that's
Oh,
amazing
no.
though.
Yeah.
Bring that on. I want to be Lara Croft.
Okay,
Stick
sorry. It
on
has to
my
be,
head on there.
yeah. I want to be Buttercup from Powerpuff Girls, or the little sushi robot. Both are fine. Thank you.
God, so cute.
I have no idea what kind of game character I would be. Maybe some, I don't know.
Maybe a
Maybe
car from Forza.
a car.
Yeah.
You could be a cool broom
Oh,
broom.
Forza.
oh no! Actually,
Yeah.
speaking of fan art, I didn't get like a picture of me, but I've been given Forza liveries, the skins for the cars before,
Oh,
and they've put my logo on
that's
it.
so cool.
Yeah,
That's a form of fan art. It's your logo.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I very
That's
yeah, that was really amazing. So shout out to those lovely people. But
Oh,
this week,
mm.
this
Just looking
week,
at our chat, we've been asked if we have requests. Surprise us,
for
chat. Please surprise us. Chuck it up on Twitter.
oh
We want to see it. And in the Discord.
yes, you should join our Discord. The link is scrolling beneath us. It's also in the description. So yes, please do. No, this week I have been absolutely obsessed with Diablo 4. Season
Oh,
4
yes.
is very fun. Now, I must say, okay, so I've done some market research, okay, because
like
I considered last week when you all said to me, Doom, that is a horror game. Now,
no. Okay.
okay, so people don't agree it's a horror game, but
Hmm.
they do agree that the cinematics have a horror theme. Is that agreeable?
Okay. No, I would say
Well-
so, because would you argue that the actual game is horror or just heavy combat?
So
I
I would
think it's just heavy
argue
combat.
I'd argue that it ventures into nearly horror only because, one, obviously your gameplay influences your cutscenes. They have to, of course, relate. And two, we are very desensitized to combat, right? So this is a world about demons and, in general, killing, and it's a bunch
Yeah.
of fun.
Mm.
But in the end, you are getting jumped by demons. You're going into like cellars and things like that where, oh, whoops, there's someone like torturing a child to summon something. That is horror. Yeah. I'm not frowning on it. It's fantastic. But that is horror. Yeah. Do you remember that fun little quest where you go in that fun little basement? There's a fun little child who's, I think, they're possessed or something. That's horror. That's definitely horror.
Look, if it was first person, sure, but I can't. They're
It doesn't have to
tiny.
be first person to be horror. It's the
Horror
it's the
themes.
theme. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Horror theme for sure.
I
Yeah.
guess also, would you let a child play it? Like, how young would you let someone
No.
play that because of the themes? Like, that then, like, really does put in with horror because, you know, you can't let kids play horror. You can't even really let young teenagers play horror.
Oh, really? Whoops. Right. About that.
That's why I play on the monitor and not on a big TV.
Exactly.
Outside of the fact that I don't have a big TV, but yeah, it's much easier to kind of
You
contain.
need the gamer bed and put the big TV on it. Also, I did legitimately look into that gamer bed. Unfortunately, though, I need it in queen size, and it doesn't come in queen. So
No, because they know adults shouldn't be having a TV on their bloody bed.
I'll do
How
what I want as an
embarrassing.
adult. I'll fight you, Ellie. Okay, I want a TV down the end of my bed because I've got nowhere else in my goddamn room to put it. Where am I going to watch my stupid TV shows and my little rain clouds so I can fall asleep?
Fall asleep like cave people with darkness and the fear that you might not see tomorrow.
Oh, I have the fear that I
Duh.
will, no, I have the fear that I will see tomorrow, and this is what gets in the way of sleeping. So realistically, no. Give me my little rain clouds on my TV.
Look, we know Shay is a very you know, she has a lot of requirements for her life. So you
I
know,
keep having to breathe, and sometimes I've got to physically remember to do it. I just think it's very taxing, honestly. All this human upkeep business, you know, I have to eat. That's just time consuming. Sleeping, garbage.
Eating.
It wastes like half my day. Going to pee, you just ate, dude. Why you got to pee it out? What are you doing? What? So I'm not confident with like how our systems have been designed. Is all I'm saying. Okay, I have feedback. Thank you.
all I'm saying is I'm not opposed to playing video games in bed. Enter the Nintendo Switch, which we'll talk about very soon. Mobile, exactly.
Handhelds
I play
are
that
different than telly.
Yeah, but there is a screen that you can attach to the Series S that makes it like a little portable,
like a laptop-y thing, right?
Yeah,
it's a bit cute. Okay,
it's a bit cute. It's very nice. And yeah, I'm not against gaming in bed. I'm not against rain clouds while you're sleeping. And I am Switzerland on this topic, but you girls entertain me very, very much.
I don't want to deal with this.
No more. No, stop fighting, children.
We'll pick it up later, Ellie. I got you.
The chat is calling you high maintenance. Confirmed high maintenance. Shay.
That's really rich coming from Mink over there, because I know Mink. All right, Mink, yeah, I know you, buddy. I know you. Don't even fucking pretend, okay? Thank you for coming to say hello.
Yes, please welcome in, and again, welcome to our listeners as well. This week we are continuing to be blessed with games out the wazoo. Okay, Nintendo Direct in the, I guess, later evening for Australia premiered yesterday, and my days. We're ready. We're ready to game. We're ready to eat. Shay, tell me.
Been cooking.
I like the food. All right, so so today, right, did my classic little Shay goes to therapy day. Was hard, so we hate that, right? But then it gets better because I come home, I get into my little teddy bear pajamas. My partner has matching teddy bear pajamas. We have little snackies for lunchy, and then we sit down together and we watch Nintendo Direct. And this is why I tolerate another human in my space, because I can yell at them about Nintendo games. Thank you. So we had a couple, right? And I immediately chucked some of them down. I was a little bit concerned there was no Pokemon, but whatever, we'll go past that. Okay, whatever.
I think, no, sorry, I'll just say, I'll just cut it there. I think, put this on the record, I think we're a little bit Pokemoned out.
No, we're poor quality Pokemoned out. I think what it needs a revival where they stop just trying to milk the name and give us some good gameplay. Like, we're cool with change. We just want it to be good change. Like, much like any other game franchise that's been around for quite a while, Assassin's Creed did it. They were going kind of flat, and then they brought out back Black Flag, and everyone's like, "Oh my fucking god, yes!" And it was fantastic. We loved it. So yeah, I think Pokemon needs to do that, but they need to do it properly. Don't half-ass it. But
Fair.
aside from that, okay, so I know this is going to be weird, right? And everybody's really shocked when I say this. I've never gotten to play Luigi's Mansion.
Oh.
Yeah, I've heard only good things. I've just never gotten to play it. And there's Luigi's Mansion number 2 coming out. Like, I think it's the HD remake, so that's absolutely freaking superb. What was the other one that I had put down? Like, I wrote these down, right, because I was real out of it when I was watching. So I wrote them down. Like, I'm not forgetting these. I have to play them. So obviously, Mario Party Jamboree. So I'm a big Mario Party fan because apparently I don't like having friends, and so of course I will get rid of them by playing board games where I steal things from them and accomplish weird goals that I then am rewarded for no reason. So that's freaking awesome, guys. It's coming out on October 17th. It's going to allow up to 20 people to play together online. That's a fantastic number for a streamer. Like, it's not amazing if you're huge. I'm not huge. It's okay. I'm weenie. I can get 20 people on here. It's going to be Mario Kart all over again where I get people on and we're like, okay, cool. I'm going to have a lot of people that are going to unfollow. Because, you know, tensions get high, and I understand. But I'm so keen about it.
They'll be unfollowing and unfriending.
They'll come back. It's okay. Once they realize that we're playing again, they'll come back.
They'll come back for Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, yes. So I'm so excited. There's like 7 maps. There's, I think, 5 new ones and 2 like classics. So, you know, they're getting the idea that we actually do really love some of the old stuff. We just need a bit more with it. So I'm super, super keen about that. And then also, again, I have never really gotten to play any Legend of Zelda games. Not because I don't want to, but because they make me motion sick. So despite the fact that I love them, I love the idea, I think adventure games are just the best, I get super sick. But there's a little one coming out called Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. And I was like, okay, cool, what are you going to do with this? Because Link disappears straight up. Like, straight up in the trailer straight away, they're like, oh, Link fucked off, he's disappeared, good luck, have fun. Zelda's got to do things now. And I was like, okay, I don't like the way you said that. She's pretty badass from what I understand, but sure, I'll play with it. And they're like, we didn't want to use swords. And I was like, oh, no, you're losing me. You're losing me. Why can't we have swords? I love swords, okay? Come on, what? But no, they pulled me back when they told me they give you a staff. Not that bit, I hated that. But you make copies of things, and that's how you fight. And at first I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But oh boy, then they started. You make copies of a table to get over a cliff, and I'm like, okay, cool. So you've got some interesting interactability with the environment. You can still use those objects as well once you've stacked them. So that's really weird. But yeah, sure, okay, whatever. That's all right. Nothing too interesting. But then you can copy boulders and you can throw them at people. It's like, oh, okay, no, all right, okay. But then once you've beaten an enemy, you can copy the enemy, summon them, and they will fight for you. I am going to have a tiny army of strange pigmen, and I'm so pleased with myself. I'm going to sit there with my stupid little staff, and I'm going to be like, charge! And I'm going to watch as all these little pig dudes go and do my bidding. So what started... Yeah, so again, I never got to play that. I'm sorry. So again, what started as me being like, oh, what are you gonna, is she just gonna be a healer or something because she's a girl? Oh, I hate it. Turned into, oh, actually, no, that's actually very cool. That's a really nice, unique sort of mechanic that I can get behind. That, yeah, okay, all right, you got me. So those are my, like, right, those are my 2, okay? Like, those are the ones I'm super keen on. But honestly, the whole direct was really good. You know, a lot of remakes of classics. I'm super jazzed to see all the Street Fighter classics coming back, because the thing is with the old Nintendo games, they are still so incredibly playable. Obviously, Street Fighter is not Nintendo, but this is the console they're bringing it back on. Just nearly knocked over my tea. Don't worry about that. Oh, it's fine until I ruin another keyboard. But no, I'm really happy to see that Nintendo's seemingly listening. So obviously, we love a lot of our old Nintendo games, but they don't really make them forwards compatible. It's a flaw that I've noticed a lot. And unless you've got an emulator, there's actually a lot of old ones that you just straight up can't play. And Nintendo doesn't really love you grabbing an emulator, but also fight me, I want to play my old games. So the fact that they're actually bringing some of them forward, they are remastering some of them, but other ones they're leaving as is. I'm really excited. I'd love to see some of the old stuff they bring back. And they're releasing them in packs too, so it's not even just like you only get one. It's like, hey, here's like the trio or something. I'm like, yes.
Bang for your buck then.
I like it. What did you guys see that you liked?
Oh, you might have to go first, Doom. I haven't caught up on it.
Hold on.
yet.
Does Ellie, do you own a Switch?
Did someone say something?
I
I
thought you
think
were
my
unsure. I was like, how do you not know if you own like a several $100 like freaking handheld?
my connection busted. Did you say something?
Well, Ellie, if it makes you feel better, I'm probably gonna have to buy a new Switch. I can sell you my old one. There you go. So you can just be like, I'm nearing ownership of one. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, there you go. There you
They
go. The
Well,
last
yeah.
Nintendo that I owned is definitely my DS Lite. It is
okay.
something that I budgeted to buy, but then the pandemic
Budgeted.
hit, and then everyone bought them.
Yes.
So there was like no stock,
Oh,
and also people were selling them at secondhand at like a bajillion dollars. So
Yes.
that was a bit of a rough time to decide to want to buy a Switch.
what
Yeah.
about Ellie? I want to get your thoughts on this. So obviously we know that Lego Horizon Adventures is coming to PS5 and Nintendo. So they did give us a little bit more of a peek at it at the event. How like do you like this franchise? Is this something you've played before since you're more of a PlayStation girly?
I haven't really kind of delved into that side actually. I haven't even delved into the Lego side at Fortnite to be honest, but
Oh,
it's something that I mean I should jump onto, but I haven't really yet. And this is probably gonna out me as a bit of a wacky dude, but you know when you just get really anxious about starting something new and you're like, oh,
oh,
do I not? And then I've bought games that kinda just, like, sit there for a while because I get so nervous to play it, but then I play them and I love them, so I don't know why I just don't dive in head first, but it's those things that you plan on buying and then you just
Mm.
get a bit nervous. It's the same as, like, starting a different book or a different movie. I have that kind of gotta get over
Yeah.
the start
We were
leap.
talking about this before though, like things are expensive and you and we don't have time. I don't think Doom does either, so I keep pointing the wrong
mm,
way. We don't have time. Like if we aren't super sold that we're gonna love something, we actually
yeah,
don't have the time to try it out and go, oh, like it, bro, please, it needs to be good straight away.
Oh
agree.
yeah, of course, and it has to be that sort of thing where you plan, so you buy it, and then you're like, okay, I'm
Mm,
going to play this Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Like you kind of have to like really slot it in, and most of the time, those sorts of times get there, and you're like, I'm so tired. I just either want to not play it
yes.
all and have a stack and then go to bed, or I want to play something super familiar that I can dive in and out of. And I think everyone sort of has those few online games or even linear, but I think online's more
Mm,
common to have that jump in, play a couple matches, do a couple rounds, whatever, jump out again.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. Sometimes we just don't want to learn a new game or, have to pay attention to a new world. So I totally get that. But yeah, I honestly I definitely can understand that, our time is precious, and when we go and we want to, just relax, we want to ensure that we have the best time. So
Totally.
and that's going to be in things that we trust, I suppose. And
Yeah.
so I get
Trust,
that.
yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, and there's been
Um,
a few titles that have come around. Like I really wanted to try Mario Wonder, and I
mm,
really did want to try Paper Mario as well. But it's one of those things that it's like, oh, well, if that's the case, then I either have to borrow a Switch and still buy the games or buy a Switch to play the games. But I will also say the handheld aspect sounds amazing because that's one of the big reasons why I want to buy a PlayStation Portal because I really want the kind of portability of it, the movement that you
mm,
can play with it. But I think the Switch is a bit better because you can play your linear games, you can boot that up whenever, wherever. Whereas the Portal relies on internet connection. And if you're like me that uses public transport a lot, it's kind of shoddy for that because you're jumping between telephone poles as you're moving. And so the
mm,
internet's quite shoddy because you're using it directly through your PlayStation. Whereas the
mm,
Switch is its own entity. So it's much more stronger for those sorts of physically on the move, not just outside of the house.
mm.
yeah,
Like
definitely.
for me, so okay, so the appeal of a wireless console for me. Now I prefer my PC. I love my PC setup. I actually hate playing the Switch on my TV because it's too far away, and I hate playing it in handheld because that's actually how I damaged my eyes originally. I didn't need glasses until I had a year I did a lot of Nintendo DS playing, and then all of a sudden I needed glasses. Woo! So yeah,
Oh.
guys, yep, that was a thing that actually happened a lot for
Pretty
people who
small,
use
isn't it?
Nintendo DS. Yeah, especially if you were like me and you hyper-focused and you forgot how much time had passed, so you
Like,
didn't put it down
hold
at
it like
regular
this.
intervals. Yep, and you forgot to blink.
Mhm.
So that is how I messed up my eyes.
I used to read in dim lighting when I was a teenager.
See, that is less bad for you than
Yeah.
spending the amount of time on a screen that you probably would have if you hyper-focused on something.
Mm.
But no, like, so for me, in my mind, obviously I travel a bit down to Melbourne and things like that, and I keep thinking I'll take my, my Switch or whatever, because I'm gonna be on the plane or whatever. I'm gonna maybe be up late one night or something like that. I
Mhm.
never use it. Like, I just do not use the portable functions. I'll play it at home or on stream, but even if I take it on the plane with me, I'm like, oh, I've got to get stuck into the game. I can't look anything up, obviously, because I'm on a plane. I don't
Mhm.
really want to, and I find that so strange. And that
Yeah,
could just be
no, I've brought my Switch with me a couple of times and haven't used it. Sometimes like on car trips and stuff like that. When I went to Perth for my like MRI and stuff like that for my foot, yeah, I brought it with me and I intended to use it. And like my daughters used theirs, but like I didn't. And I was like, oh, okay. I was probably like too busy
Whoops.
like managing them.
Mm.
But speaking of the Nintendo Switch, like we're waiting for the Nintendo Switch 2, right? And then
Mm.
at this showcase, they released the Nintendo Switch Hyrule Edition, that
Yes.
gold, like
I literally just looked it up.
it's lovely, but wasn't necessary considering they already had like a limited edition Nintendo Switch OLED
Yeah.
already dedicated to this series. I
I
don't
think
know.
there's
What do you
actually
guys
been a
think?
few. Like, I think you're quite right. I think there's been a few like Zelda themed console releases, and I love that. That's it's good, but I'd like to see some variety. Like, we're all very individual in the games that we favor, and I would love to see, maybe if they don't want to release maybe if they don't want to release too many, some timed releases, stuff like that. But I'd love to see like a Bulbasaur one or Pokemon or whatever, because like your DS came in so many colors, and when we were younger, that meant so much. Like, we all wanted to have that really specific color that gelled with us.
Yeah.
They never brought out a nice green. I'm just saying. I'm not still salty, but I could be. So I think exploring some different color options. Like, they've brought out some nice pastel ones, so for our super kawaii girlies and stuff like that, like,
Yeah.
cool, awesome.
Yeah.
They've got a lovely one that fits with their aesthetic. For me, I think the classic of all of them fits with me best, with like my particular colors and stuff like that. But I would love to see some more variation. And I think the
Yeah.
way people get around that is to get the cases and stickies and stuff like that.
I know,
But
but why don't
yeah.
they do it? Why don't
Mm.
they release official ones? Like, I feel
I wonder if the
like
sales are bad, because if you've already got one, right, logically, you don't need another.
Yeah.
So I wonder if perhaps it's something to do with that. Like, I'd love to
But
see.
collectors, like, I know
Yeah.
people who, like, the Spider-Man release of the PlayStation,
Oh,
Yeah.
they just
Yes.
bought it because they wanted it. I
Mm.
don't think majority of people take it out of the box. I don't think that people over-consuming is an issue. We live in such an overconsumption type of time at the moment that
Mm.
people want to buy that sort of thing, and people pay thousands of dollars for those sorts of statues of their favorite characters. I
Mm.
don't see it out of the realm of possibility that people would buy a different color Switch.
So what you're saying, Ellie, is that they may bring out a dedicated Bulbasaur one after all?
Probably. I mean, they bring
Oof.
out Bulbasaur everything else.
No, they don't. I'm actually so jealous right now. If you go, I've been looking at the Pokemon shop that's come to Australia. Okay, because like, of course I have. There's a new backpack up there that is a Bulbasaur hugging your back. So obviously I need it. It's fine. But then I
no,
go to
there's gonna be
Gengar.
Bulbasaur hugging your back
He's
and
so
Bulbasaur
cute.
hugging your head.
Yeah, because I wanted to go as a Bulbasaur obsessed trainer. So I figured like that works. And then I don't have to carry anything. So I hate carrying things. But I would look at the Gengar, and there's like 2 pages of Gengar, and Bulbasaur's got nearly 1 page, and I'm like, okay, listen, me and my
Gengar's
little
ugly.
cabbage boy.
I said it.
Oh.
Fighting words. Fighting words.
Oh.
But Bulbasaur's adorable.
Bulbasaur's my little cabbage man, and he just doesn't get the respect he
He's so
deserves.
cute.
He's a little boy. So yeah, that's my complaint. Okay, I need more quality Bulbasaur things. Okay, no janky stuff.
Alright.
Quality.
They have what? They have a limited edition cup at Chartime, I believe, of Gengar. Sorry, not Gengar, Bulbasaur.
Excuse me, I have to look things up.
Yeah, I think they do. They
Not
have
that she
a
hasn't already
little,
been doing that.
little. Was it the bubble tea, the one that starts with G, the other bubble tea place? I don't know. They do
no
have it.
I don't
though.
drink. This is probably controversial, but I don't drink bubble tea.
I
don't
only
either.
drink the black peach iced tea with no mix-ins. So do I drink bubble tea
Yeah.
or do I just drink iced tea from those places?
Iced tea.
Yeah, I
I'll
just
drink
drink the
iced
peach.
tea, but the bubbles, I don't need them. But yes.
Texture nightmare for me personally.
you.
It'd be like
I don't
I'm
want
drinking
solids.
boogers.
I don't want solids in my liquids. Thank you.
Mm.
No more. Okay, thank you. Finally,
Don't
people
even get me
understand.
started about like warm, thick liquids with chunks in them. Like, do not even get me started.
I can't even do like chunks in my yogurt, let
Oh.
alone warm ones. Ooh, no.
So I may or may not have already found exactly what you were talking about. My
There you
friend
go.
actually got me one version of this, but I didn't know that it came in a double layer cup and a stainless steel tumbler. So
Mhm.
I'll get back to you.
Mhm.
That's all I'm
You're
saying.
welcome.
Thank you. You're beautiful.
There you
You're
go.
beautiful.
Get a black
Yeah.
peach iced tea while you're at it, doll. It'll taste
Oh,
delicious in there.
I love
Oh.
peach iced tea. So
My
absolutely.
favorite.
Amazing. Overall, for me, the Nintendo Direct, I was really happy to see some updated news on Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. That game was actually announced in 2017 with Bandai Namco Studios actually creating that game. But apparently there was some trouble with the development, and Nintendo announced in 2019 that Retro Studios, the original creators of Metroid, were going to overtake and oversee the rest of the development. So, very excited. There wasn't much about the story, really, but it's launching in 2025. Looked really good. Yeah, it's a vibe. I don't know if you guys have ever played Metroid, but it plays really well on the Switch. Yeah, lots and lots of fun. Samus is actually a lady. A lady.
Yeah,
robot.
I remember the controversy around. Okay, so obviously studying games, I did games history, and I never got to play the game, so I just always knew she was a lady because I've seen all the like art and stuff like that. I always knew she was a lady. I didn't know that originally in the game, nobody just could even conceive that she was a lady. It wasn't until the very end, and I was like, "Oh my god, the time you lived in! What the hell?" Like,
yeah,
okay,
I don't know. Like when, like the robot's got hips.
Yeah, but apparently, just the idea that it could be a woman instead of just an oddly shaped man is odd. We can't do that. I'm sorry.
Unconceivable.
No,
I mean, those
we
are
can't
those are shoulder pads. Like,
yeah, but no,
surely.
it's definitely a man. It's because it's a robot suit that does pew-pews, therefore man.
Do you have a photo, Doom?
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, if you bring up the original, yeah. And then at the very end, apparently the reward for winning the game or something was her just in her underwear, as old games were. So that's how everyone learned that she was in fact a woman.
I haven't seen that particular photo.
Yeah, it's pixels. It's really not anything to be excited over.
Oh, okay. So we don't need to put a warning on the episode. Let's see if I can find what you're talking about. Oh, that's a completely different character.
I'll send you a link to
Please do.
A video. I don't know if you want to chuck it up on the podcast, but you might like to watch it. Because originally, like it was a very pixelated style. So fair enough, appropriate for the time. Love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just thought that no, of course she couldn't be a lady. Why would she be a lady? That's so strange.
No. Why?
Ladies
why
don't
would
shoot
you
things.
be? This one.
Oh, hey. Yeah, no.
There
so
she
How
is.
are they not a lady? What are you talking about?
No,
How's that not a lady?
You'd have to look at the original art because I'm talking about the original game.
I think they've definitely made her more
refined.
Feminine.
Yeah,
Let's
you've got
see.
the curve of the waist and stuff like that now.
Yeah,
Let's see.
Even the arms, right? So
Unrealistic expectation with them shoulders. Oh, I'll never be
I
him.
wish. We could never, but I would. But even the wrists and stuff like that. So you'll notice in masculine armor, for the most part, all parts of the body are kept quite thick.
Yeah.
It's only ever really in feminine armor that they'll actually do a tight wrist or even tight elbow.
Taper.
True. It's
Mm,
very
yeah.
true.
And then also even the head shape, more rounded, more feminine.
Oval, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the original one is very like you probably can't see.
No, like to be
that
fair,
whether it's a boy or a girl.
yeah.
Like yeah, you can't tell.
No.
But
I think
I
do you
need
know
to
what it
figure
is
out.
though? I think it's just people idolizing and seeing themselves in a game that they've really loved. And so, and let's admit that it's probably predominantly male played. And then so they've pictured themselves as this little running robot. And then when it comes out as female, they're like, ugh, but I'm not a female, so I can't possibly play a female. Whereas I think it's fair to be a bit like shocked and surprised. And then you move on and you're like, oh, that's their gender. Cool. I can still play this game and I can still enjoy it.
I love considering the opposite though. Like, say you're a little girl, like I was, and you've just gotten so used to every character in a game being male, and you just have to deal with that. You don't ever get to see yourself in anybody because they're all dudes. And then it turns out she's a girl. Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm like, yes, yes.
I love
that
this.
Would be me.
I want a gun for an arm.
I want a pew 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 pew. Like I got this. I'll do it
For sure.
So, yeah.
No,
the original ones were super pixely. Like, I can absolutely understand why people could not tell.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's a robot. Like, is that actually gonna have a gender? Or is it a person in armor?
It's a person in armor.
Okay.
Is this the picture?
Oh, I think that might be it. I know, right? It's
Shania Twain.
I mean, honestly, the hair though.
Yeah, I think it is. Not Shania Twain.
Chapel Roan, is that you?
Why is it not Shania Twain?
So the true ending of 1986's Metroid is regularly referred to as one of the best video game endings of all time and one of the best video game twists of all time and one of the most important moments in the evolution of video game storytelling. It is, after all, the ending that revealed that badass Metroid bounty hunter Samus Aran is actually a woman.
Hey, got you. And yeah, no, Dolphin's saying nope, even less. And I thought so too, because I'm pretty sure she was in a bikini.
A bikini?
So, yeah, but also...
This photo's from Nintendo, though.
It could be remastered, but I don't know. Even Dolphin's remembering less. But I'm liking, right, that honestly, if I had to get in a mech suit...
Mandela theory.
I'd probably just wear that too. Like, honestly, I'm not getting in a mech suit in, like, a whole heap of clothing. I'm going to be sweaty as shit, okay? I'm going to get in, comfy bodysuit. I'm going to shoot people. It's going to be great. Thank you.
Chafing, never heard of her.
Oh my god, we're not dealing with that.
Thigh punty.
Oh, no. Okay, we're not dealing with that while we're trying to, like, fight enemies in pew-pew stuff.
Is it this one? No. Wait, I feel like that's been coloured in. Is that the one? I mean, that looks probably more smoothed out.
Oh, rather. Okay. Dolphin's saying, I think the better you did in the game, the less clothing she wore. Oh boy.
What?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Why were all these developers so horny? Like, calm down.
Because it was an environment where they were only men.
I want to see a real life woman. God.
No, we don't do that. Sorry, but no, it was a heavily male dominated area, and they could get away with it because it was just this strange idea that women would never see the value or joy in a video game. And
don't get me started.
It was just a really ignorant way of being.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Like Ada in Resident Evil, how she's running around in the bloody sewers in like literal a Teddy lingerie piece with heels.
Oh my god. Any women running around in video games in heels, unless it's like, they've been scared while they're at an event and they're legging it. No, they're not going to run in heels. No woman is dumb enough to go, stilettos for a jog. Let's go.
Like at the base, it still makes, it's one of those things as, a woman and a feminist. It's one of those things that like, it'd be really easy to just forget about it sort of thing. But it really does, like, that's one of the elements that really takes me back to being a kid and just wanting to play with like the boys, but the boys like never taking me serious to let them let me play in their cricket games, like the neighborhood boys. Like I distinctly remember them just like not letting me play, even though I was literally their age. They just never would. 90s problems. And then seeing these sorts of outfits in video games really just pushes the fact that if you are not hypersexualized, if you are not beautiful, then what's the point of having you there? And so seeing things like Ada, because I loved Resident Evil, I really loved replaying them. And then meeting Ada, and I'm like, what is she wearing? Like, baby girl's wearing a choker in the mines. Like, what the heck is going on? And it genuinely, like, it takes
right there.
right? It just takes me back to just feeling not taken seriously. And then boys who are already shy are playing these sorts of games that might stereotypically not be out and about hanging out with little girls, like as children. They're seeing this as their representation, growing into awkward teenagers, seeing more hypersexualized women in video game characters, then they either grow up to be men that go, oh, that's not actual like what women need to be, or that's not how they need to be respected. They need to be respected as normal women that wear normal clothing. Or they continue to be sort of like these mouth-breathing men that expect women to always be beautiful, done up, wear lingerie, be sexy. And if they're not sexy, then they're nothing. And I don't know, it's one of those things that I really struggle to kind of let it fly off my back, because it just, the childhood trauma of thinking that I always have to be looking good or be worth their time or be dateable to be taken seriously or be
even
included. It's sad.
Just have an opinion taken seriously. Like, I need to make sure I look neat, otherwise that'll be what they focus on and not what I'm saying. And it's like, it shouldn't matter what I look like.
And it still hits. It still hits as someone several decades old, and it's really sad to me. And I'm very lucky that I surround myself with men that are feminists that support the fact that I am a absolute couch goblin 90% of the time, and I don't do my hair and I don't do my makeup because I shouldn't have to do these things to be taken seriously, to be listened to as a streamer, as a person, and as a woman in gaming. It shouldn't be a prerequisite to be look and fly like a white guy, because I will dress up when I want to, but I shouldn't have to look like that to then be respected, to gain heaps of followers, to be like, oh, you can tell me your game recommendations, you beautiful Amazonian princess, not the couch troll I saw yesterday.
But I think the couch troll would know better. Like, I would trust the couch troll. I'd be like, hey, you look like you play games. I'll let going. Also, it was correct. And yes, the better you did in the game, the less clothing she wore at the end. I've actually sent her a screenshot on Discord. Yeah. Oof.
Women aren't prizes, people.
Yeah.
But we are queens.
Yeah. We are queens. I just hope that a lot of gamers have grown up from that time period, people gaming in the 80s and 90s, and have grown up to be respectable men that go, cool, women kind of looked sexy in video games, but you know what they can also look like? Abby from The Last of Us. And she's not typically a sexy woman, because men don't like to feel emasculated through a woman being physically stronger than them. Also, that beefy mama muscle cake isn't always sexually attractive to straight men. And so she typically isn't your normal hypersexualized lead character. And I'd also argue that Ellie was the same, because she was a bit more tomboy. Not only was that she was a lesbian, so she was undateable to a lot of men.
Yeah.
They get to see women aren't there just to look sexy and run around and see her little booty jiggle in tiny little short shorts, but they're there to represent people in a story, and you get over it. So you don't always have to have eye candy. Take it from us. We have to play some ugly dudes in video games.
It's true.
I mean, The Witcher was very fun to play.
Yeah. Bit of eye candy. But then there's multiple other games where I'm like, I'm sorry, but this is a bit of an uggo. But it's all right. I'm fine. I'll play it.
Look, you leave Shrek 2 alone, all right?
Shrek, my king. I'm thinking of like Jonesy from Fortnite. Like,
I'm trying to think, and I'm like, I don't even consider, like, I consider the design of the character I'm playing, but I never considered the looks.
No,
I'm gonna have to do that now.
You're a respectful lady, Shay. That's why.
I like your color palette. I think the gun there is really nice. Like, but I've never gone, are they tappable? Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll work with it.
Is Mario sexy?
No.
Some people are into a moustache, you know? Some people are into that. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
I don't know,
not
man. I've seen a lot
conventionally.
of love for moustaches, like, happening. I don't know where it came from. I think the hipster era. But,
No, I think there's a love for beards.
no, I've
not
seen specifically
just-
moustaches.
Oh,
Yeah, like just.
okay.
We're talking Flanders.
All right.
That's very
Yeah.
Melbourne, Brunswick of them. Good on them.
It's very specific. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, obviously we hit a nerve with Ellie. So I hope you enjoyed that. Ada Wong, we love you.
Ada,
Mm.
my girl.
We would never make you run around in stilettos.
I mean, I can. I've tested it multiple times. I do pole fitness. I can run in 7-inch heels. I ain't afraid of it. I just
wanna
want proper grippy
Now,
heels. Sorry,
have you seen those videos of those chicks testing the heels and like jumping around and stuff?
Yeah.
I would
I
die
so
if you
wanna
did one of
do.
those. That would
I
be
would
so
die.
good.
My heels are like this big. I love my heels. And
Oh,
can you imagine me being taller? I get to be over 6 foot when I wear them. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Just
Oh my
big-
god.
Mama
Mm.
Ellie has arrived. I'm here for it.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
But as a side quest to that, it's like
side
it's
quest.
geeky. Yeah, side quest. We love a good side quest around here, and it's usually not me doing that. So there you go. Some of you might know I have been watching X-Files. And
Love it.
Dana Scully, what brand of work mule are you wearing, babe? Because you can run with a gun and shoot it in those shoes. Like, they're not stilettos. They're a bit, they've got
chunky.
a bit of a
There's a
block heel.
Yeah.
But you know what? Queen, she never, ever let she always showed her femininity. She never let anything like that she was doing like get in the way with it. But she was also like really practical and just awesome as well. So put Ada Wong in some of those shoes and we'll appreciate that. Okay. Noted. Anyway.
Look up her shoes now. I'm like,
Shay's
I'm looking at the shoes like, hey.
If anyone wants to know anything, Shay is the girl. She's like that guy. Yeah. There is a specific channel for this, and he's like, "Don't worry." It'll play like the beginning of the video, and it'll show something like really, really cool. And he's like, "Don't worry, I already looked. I got you."
Right,
it is a. I love that. Absolutely love that. So yeah, we need more women with guns for hands in practical combat wear, like robot suits.
Clearly.
Yes. We would love that. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. Anything else from the Nintendo Direct we would like to discuss or bring up? It's looking very colorful overall. Like, it's always really cheerful and just like, those bright colors just tell me that I'm going on an adventure. We're going to have fun, but we might need to, do some fighting or solving some puzzles, but that's okay. And it's going to be a good time. And that's Nintendo's brand. And I love that.
So I actually have something I did see, right? So it wasn't Nintendo Direct, it was something else. So after I'd watched Nintendo Direct, obviously, like, I have a whole bunch of trailers on YouTube at the moment for like all the games that are getting announced and released. And I saw something that made my little like early 2000s watching Cartoon Network heart flutter. It's called #Blood, and the drawing style, like the art style, is think Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Think back to that early 2000s like vector clean cartoon style. The animation is so exaggerated. The characters are so goofy. It looks like it prioritizes like some genuinely good animation, good shape language, good silhouette, and just fun over anything else. Like, she's a cute character. That's not the point. The point is she is goofy as shit, and I love it so much. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm loving some of these smaller indie games that are coming out with just absolutely killer art styles. I'm loving it so much.
I will, for anyone confused, as I was when I first heard all of those descriptions of that art style.
Sorry.
You're welcome. I'll just show it again. I'll show my screen again. Yeah, you're right. It does have that kind of vibe about it.
Mm.
Yeah, kind of like what's it called? What was it? Like it was
Courage the
like those
Cowardly
weird
Dog was another one.
like cat dog and like stuff like
Yes.
that.
Cat
Yeah.
dog. Oh,
Yeah.
Gravity Falls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
earlier
Mm.
version of that one. Yeah, absolutely. And like it's got all of that, anticipation, exaggeration in the animation, and I love that so much. Like it's just fun, and I miss that in games. I just want to be goofy. Like she's this little girl with pink, like what do you call them, space buns, and she just goes around with her best friend that is like a bat, like not a like animal bat, like a bat to beat people with. Oh, or play sports, I suppose. And it gets upgraded, and she goes around
A
killing
hockey
vampires.
stick.
Oh, it's a hockey stick. And look at
Yeah.
it. Oh, I love
Even
it so
Fairly Odd
much.
Parents sort of style. It is
Yes.
it's very after school special. You'd
Mm,
come home, have a snack, watch some cartoons. I think it's really cute. It's like hitting some nostalgia.
absolutely. So like that's what
Mhm.
I'm looking into this week. 'Cause apparently it's already out, and I'm so there for it. But have you guys
It
seen
came
anything
out
else?
today.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited.
Get it
I'm gonna
now.
have to
What
contact
studio's that by?
That is by
the
Hub developer Exit 73 Studios.
Mm.
Yes. I need to
This is
I
commend
always
their,
them
love
for their
hearing
art.
all
I
the
think it's their first
indie
one.
teams. I mean, what counts as indie though? Like I call them an indie purely because I haven't heard of them. Doesn't mean they're actually like independent. They could be.
Mm,
It
No,
depends.
they're
Like,
just small.
I mean, AAA is AAA, but like, yeah, is
mm.
small always independent? Like,
Not
I
necessarily,
don't
but
know.
also that being said, I feel like indie has branched out now to become anything that tries something out of the norm. So any game that isn't AAA that's actually attempting to be a little bit different.
Yeah,
And I kind of love that because it gives
Mm.
me, like, AAA games are gorgeous, whatever, awesome. You're probably going to get something, hopefully, polished. But sometimes I just want something different and fun. And I don't
Yeah.
mind if it's not perfect. I just want something new.
and it's marketable as well. Like, if you hear indie, I think a lot of people are like, "Ooh, smaller,
Mm.
not as popular. I could try something that's not oversaturated. I could
Mm.
brag to people I'm into cool games." I think it's also like quite marketable as well. Be like, "Oh, it's an indie game."
Well,
Mm.
definitely jump on and check that out. It is available now, and it only has 32 reviews. So yeah, get on
Cool.
and play it and
It
I'll
does
test
look
that.
really cool. You've got me
enjoy.
onto something there, Shay.
Yeah, yeah. Because like a game like this, right, I can play without getting motion sick. So if we can find a fun little multiplayer, we can have a little coag like gamey fighty session.
That'd be
All I'm
cute.
saying, Diablo.
I can play Diablo. That is fair.
Ellie's like, what?
Never played a
Like,
day in my life.
oh,
I'd have to be carried.
it's
okay.
super chill, right? This
Yeah.
newest one is
Top
the first one I've ever played. So,
Mm.
and I picked it up
Yeah.
super quick, so I don't think you'd struggle at all.
You are gonna be fine. Do not
Amen.
stress.
Or stress a little, you can if you want.
I'm good at that. Why not? Go on.
Look.
I know.
You've twisted my arm. I'm stressed.
Oh, go on. What am I doing? What am I even doing? There's not one. Look, there's not just one button that I can just press to change things. We have to do that manually around here. Thank you for showing that off, Shay.
That's
Looks
all right.
very good. Yeah, really, really appreciate that. And you guys, I think that brings us to the end of another episode. Before I do outros, a memory came up on my TikTok because I actually counted down the days on TikTok, like of
Aw.
the premiere of the podcast, and today will be 12 days.
Hey,
Yeah.
until the premiere. Okay.
Yeah, so first of July is a Coag's birthday.
Ooh,
Oh,
what do
that's
we
cute.
do?
So yeah, we
Birthday stream.
Yes.
Cupcakes. Any excuse to eat a cupcake.
Oh
cupcakes.
no, I
Okay.
have to eat cupcakes. What will I do?
Oh, and everyone can sing happy birthday to us?
Oh yeah, they
But
must.
to the
We will
podcast, if
sit
you're like happy
there.
birthday,
To the
Coag.
podcast?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, dear Coag. Surely.
See, it works. It
That
works.
sounds fine. It's 2
Yeah.
syllables.
We got this.
So stay tuned for that news
Yeah.
on what we will be doing, because the The 1st of July is not a Wednesday.
Bugger.
So yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. Maybe you'll just have to join our Discord and find out about the party.
Do it.
Great
Oh,
idea.
the party? Can I come?
Maybe.
Maybe.
That's fair, I understand.
We'll think about it.
I'm gonna crash the party.
Not if you wear that.
The Bulbasaur hat?
Oh, I was going to say Squirtle.
Oh,
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm so offended. I'm just so offended.
I don't know anything about Pokemon. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, Ellie, what are you up to this week? Any streams going on?
Yeah. So tomorrow night I'll be jumping back on stream. I think I'm going to tackle the Mortuary's Assistant, which is a bit of a spooky demon quick little puzzle game. I think we're going to do that before we pick a new linear game to play. So I encourage everyone to come hang out with me there.
Lovely. And Shay, I guess you're going to be playing #Blood.
Well, see, I don't know, right? So Thursdays is my league night. So I've made Tuesday my V Rising night, Thursday my league night, and Sunday is like kind of swappable. So I may play league, but we'll see. Because
this would be good on TikTok.
Well, that's my thought, right? So I actually did another battle last night on TikTok. So I versed another creator. I don't know how it works. It's weird. It's so strange. But yeah, it was pretty good.
Ellie, you're versing something. You're doing something. Collaboration.
Yes. That was part one of my streamer announcements. Was Monday coming? Gremslin. We're going to be hanging out. We're going to be streaming together. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's happening on Monday night. We're gonna cause some chaos, which would be super fun.
Excellent. Oh well, I'll come hang out and check it out because Monday's my night off. So like, I'm so down.
Yeah, I'll definitely put a link on my Instagram. So if anyone wants to come over there and keep an eye on stories, please do.
Excellent.
Yes. Incredible.
We're playing a bunch of different ones. I might get a chance to just stream on the Tiki Toki and I'll play my little sushi game, but otherwise I'm going to be on my usual Twitch. It's going to be a good time.
Amazing. I'm crawling to the end of term 2, semester 1 at school. So yeah, I'm kind of vibing my Switch a little bit more. So I think because I haven't actually finished Hogwarts Legacy on the Switch, so I'm probably going to do a little bit of that in between finishing off some bits and pieces at work. But I would actually love to play that game that we just talked about. So maybe I'll see if I can fit it into my budget this week. And yeah, I really do want to stream, but I just can't figure it out. Maybe I can do some like walkthroughs or playthroughs or something like that where I pre-film the videos, but that's something that I'll probably look into doing over the holidays. Yes, and along with obviously stuff for the podcast.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cheeky.
I'm always doing something, you know me. Unfortunately.
Always something in the works with you, cheeky Doom.
Oh, I just
would you have it any other way though? Honestly, your ADHD would just be like, I don't think so. We're not sitting down and doing nothing. What are you talking about? We don't do that here. Stop. Exactly.
And us as Powerpuff Girls, sorry, someone's asked this question and I'll just answer it now. We have spoken about this and because of the hair situation kind of tells you a little bit, but Shay kind of vibes with Blossom.
I don't vibe. I like Buttercup. That being said, though, right, I'm blonde, so Bubbles makes sense.
Yeah.
And then Ellie has the more reddish brown hair, which means Blossom. And then Buttercup would be Doom with the dark hair.
Yeah.
So we've got some appearance similarities, but personality similarities are different. So I don't know.
Yeah, it depends. If you want us to look more like ourselves, then you have to go with the looks. But yeah, I think we embody a little bit of, everything. Women are multifaceted. We can't be just put in one box, okay?
What are you talking? No, sorry, that's scary. We can't have that. That's no.
Women interesting, Oh my days.
No, too much. Scary, overwhelming. Can't do it.
Unheard of.
All right, lovelies. Thank you so much for listening and participating in the chat. Thank you to our viewers over on Twitter, our viewers on YouTube, and our listeners across the internet. And we will see you next week for another episode of Confessions of a Gamer Girl podcast. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.